Hi everyone, today I want to talk more Kodak. First, I will go over exactly why the stock skyrocketed so much, and it centers around the fact that Kodak is starting a new arm of the business called Kodak Pharmaceuticals. Then I will talk about the potential payday for Jim Continenza, who is the CEO of Kodak. Strangely, he was given some stock options the day before the announcement. I also want to look at a different article on the CEO's stock purchases, and I think it shows his purchases in a little bit different light than the others. Finally, I will go over my current Kodak positions and where I think the stock will go in the future. As always, there will be some jelly at the end, which is something I enjoyed outside of the markets. If you have big dreams like buying the Ventura yacht, or if you're just getting started on your financial journey, definitely like and subscribe. The Ventura is over 300 feet long. The top deck has a full hot tub and a bar, and the main deck has an aquarium. It has a huge master suite with its own very precariously placed cardio equipment. It's currently on sale for $21 million. To keep your dreams at the front of your mind, like and subscribe. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. So let's start with why Kodak went up 2,000% to an evaluation of around $2 billion. And shortly after that, it lost $20 a share to come down to a valuation of $1.5 billion. And here's the biggest piece. Kodak stock soars on a plan to shift production to drug ingredients. So they're going to shift their factories that they used to use to make photography equipment, and they're going to shift those to making pharmaceuticals. The federal government struck a deal with Eastman Kodak to manufacture ingredients for generic drugs in order to fight the Rona. That deal was worth a $765 million loan under the Defense Production Act. While this loan is the first of its kind, it actually marks the 33rd time that the government has used the Defense Production Act. The president said that Eastman Kodak would help bring back jobs to America and make America the premier medical manufacturer and supplier. Kodak stated that it will manufacture pharmaceutical-grade ingredients that the Food and Drug Administration has identified as essential but are in chronic shortage nationwide. The key piece here is that they are targeting things that are in a shortage, which means they should have at least some short-term demand. While there have been some strange shifts in recent years, such as companies moving over to focus on cryptocurrencies, this change is actually less dramatic. The fact that the Defense Production Act was used in this case is a little strange. However, Kodak has been manufacturing chemicals for years, and this will allow them to shift the plants that they were currently using over to manufacturing these pharmaceutical-grade ingredients. They even say that Kodak had manufactured drugs in the past, such as aspirin in the 1990s. However, it did sell that business in 1994. As a result of all of these happenings, Kodak shares did hit $50 at one point, which is pretty crazy considering that they had been trading for less than $5 a share for several years. The company was valued at $115 million, and now their valuation is sitting at around $1.5 billion. And the main driver behind this rally was the huge uptick in volume. Over 110 million shares changed hands, which is 23 times the usual volume of Kodak. Next, let's talk about those very well-timed stock options. If the CEO was to exercise those options right now, he would make $95 million. A sudden surge in Kodak stock this week turned a bunch of money-losing stock options into a sudden personal windfall for the chief executive. They then restate the government's agreement with Kodak and how the stock rose from $2 a share all the way up to $60 at one point. This company was the latest to capture investors' attention in the scramble to find winners. The volatile markets currently make finding winners a little bit more difficult. One of the largest winners was the CEO of Kodak, who stands to gain more than $95 million during the rebound because of his stock options. While all of this might seem a little suspicious, the CEO, Continenza, commented that he is the largest stockholder in the company, and he very strongly believes in the company. He says he has never sold a single share of his stock and has no intention of doing so. As of late March, Continenza owned 5.8% of Kodak shares. Moving on to the last article, a closer look at the CEO's stock purchases. They restate the information about the large rally, as well as the president's comments about Kodak, but the new information here is the fact that the stock gained 25% on Monday, ahead of the public announcement. The CEO also took a little bit of heat for buying 46,000 shares on June 23rd at an average price of $2.22. This means he spent around $103,000, and those stocks are now worth $1.5 million. The CEO said that we are here to make KSMs, which are key starting materials, to help fight the pharmaceutical blockage in the United States and the lack of supply. He also stated that he does not speculate on stock price. While it may look like his purchases were well timed, Continenza has been making regular purchases since August of last year. He bought 100,000 shares in August 2019, as well as 53,000 shares in November and 50,000 more shares in March. So the seemingly strange June purchase was not actually unusual at all. Although the CEO's lack of involvement does not dismiss the huge volume on Monday. A Rochester local news affiliate did run a headline saying that Kodak and the US government were going to unveil a manufacturing initiative. That article was quickly taken down. Early in the pandemic, Kodak was focused on helping as much as they could. They have already shifted some of their manufacturing over to face shields as well as circuit boards for ventilators. And they say that that was the precursor for this deal. The CEO also mentioned that they were partnered with another person who was already working with the government, and that's how they got their introduction. Meanwhile, the government was already looking for someone who could manufacture these key starting materials, and Kodak was already on their list. So the fact that their partner introduced their name and Kodak was on the list made the deal pretty easy. Moving to the charts for Kodak, you can see it was trading around $2.22 like they mentioned before. And even on that Monday, it rallied all the way up to $2.82. The next day, it rallied to over $10 a share and dipped back down. But then on Wednesday, it really shot all the way up to just touching that $60 mark. And you can see down here, the volatility also went up really high. So it was sitting down here at around 14 or 21, and it got all the way up to around 270 volatility, which is far above the normal average for Kodak. And since then, it's kind of trailed off a little bit. I think it'll find a little bit of support down here at the moving average at $15.88. I would still option into this position if you're looking to take a position in Kodak, which is what I did. My option position is the $10 puts, which means I'm willing to buy the stock at $10. I was fortunate and I sold this option when the volatility was extremely high, like I just showed you, and I received an average credit of $2, which means I received $200 to purchase 100 shares at $10. So my max loss for this position is $800. However, you can see the value of this option is currently 88 cents, which means I'm currently sitting in a profit of $120. I also took a much smaller and further out option position in my smaller account, and I sold the $7.50 stock option for September 18th, and I sold that for $185. And currently it's worth around $100, so I'm at around $83 in profit. Again, since I sold this for $185 and I'm purchasing 100 shares at $7.50, my max loss for this position is only $565. So let me know down in the comments section what you think is going to happen with Kodak. Are they going to be successful with their new pharmaceuticals business? Or will they go right back down to $2 a share? And will it take a couple of years or will it be quick? Definitely like and subscribe if you got any value out of this video. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. And with that, let's get to the jelly. So today's jelly is a wingsuit flight through the 2-meter cave. Basically, there was a very small slit in a cave that this guy is going to fly through with his wingsuit. So here's what that looks like.
Forse sia cosa sarà 2 metri e mezzo, 2 metri 60, 70, non so. Dopo lo spianto di ieri, ci riprovo, questa volta dall'altra parte sto salendo, questo è un...
It's videos like this that make me wonder if he's wearing the helmet or if the helmet is wearing him. He's clearly a psycho, but it's very, very impressive. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought of this video. Definitely like and subscribe before you go, and have a great day.